Hi guys. Uh, Hi guys. Hope you all can hear me clearly. Hi guys. Um, I took this. Hi guys. This is a setup I took on usdjpy. Sorry, I didn't actually take the setup, but I did the analysis. Right? You would have been asking why are you seeing forex. I'm a crypto trader, right? Yeah. I'm a crypto trades, but I do analysis for forex pairs, and I drop my analysis or my setup on my Telegram channel, right? So this is an analysis I did on USDJPY, but the outcome came out to be misentry, right? So I want to um, I want to just break down this analysis, this trade for you all. So you can see this setup was a misentry right here, but even before the setup layout, I knew it was going to, is likely to be a miss entry, right? How did I know now? Let me break it down to you guys. This was my trade, right? But I'm going now down to the 4 hour time frame where I got my bias and all, right? So on the 4 hour time frame, we are having this. You can see on the 4 hour time frame, USDJPY is bullish, right? Yes, USDJPY is bullish, creating higher low, and so on and so forth. So you can see what we just need. We don't need too much details. On the 4 hour time frame, we have our recent BOS on the 4 hour time frame, right? We have our recent BOS on the 4 hour time frame, and price reacting to an origin after sweeping out the liquidity above it, right? So if that is my bias now on the 4 hour time frame, this is bullish and price is reacting to an origin here. So I'm going down to the 1 hour time frame. Let's get our structure levels, right? On the 1 hour time frame, you can see we are having a trend now. Now the 1 hour now is now aligned with the 4 hours, right? The 1 hour is also bullish now, aligning with the 4 hour bias, right? So now we have a BOS right here on the 1 hour recent BOS at that time. So price was around here at that time when I gave the setup. So we have this recent BOS, and we have this other block which price is reacting to after sweeping liquidity. So now after we've gotten that, I'm going now to the 50 minutes. The 50 minutes, this is where I take my entries, right? This is where I get my trade ideas, right? So on the 50 minutes now, all I need is just a market shift, right? So we have a BOS here. Yes, we have a BOS here, we have a BOS, and price changed character, that is shift structure. And what I was expected is what I've expected is price is for price to react, retest this origin, and then move to where it's meant to go. But you can see what happened. Price just reacted here and then pushed up with massive momentum. But why did this happen, right? This is also a valid continuation from this, right? So what happened here is a flip zone happened. So if for those of you that don't know what a flip zone is in terms of people who trade demand and supply zones, right, and people who trade SMC, right. So a flip zone is when maybe price is in a downtrend and price reacts to a supply zone, and that supply zone fails. How does that supply zone fails? Price gives a reaction, right? That is to lure traders in that supply zone is going to hold, but it now breaks that supply zone with momentum, right? After breaking that supply zone with momentum, it then retests to that reaction and then continue its genuine direction. So exactly what happened here. So I knew that either price was going to react, but let's open to the chart. Let me show you where the flip zone is, right? So now we have this is diagram of a flip zone, right? Let me say you are in an up you are in a downtrend. You have a BOS, price reacts to your supply zone here, gives you that reaction, breaks the supply zone and retests to that reaction, and then push up to the direction it wants to go. So now come into the chart, let me show you what I saw here, right? We have a BOS, right? We have a BOS, price reacts, this was the reaction now, right? Price reacted to this supply zone here. price reacted to this and then broke with momentum. You can see the bullish momentum there. It broke this high, this recent BOS high, with this momentum, and price reacted to this reaction level. Remember, this is our reaction level. Let me draw it out for you. This is our reaction level here. This is our reaction level. You can see price reacted to this uh, reaction level, and then push up as it's meant to be. But you would have asked, why didn't I take my entry from the reaction level? Why? Because taking my entry from the reaction level is going to reduce my win rate, my risk reward, right? If I was to take entry here, because when taking an entry from a flip zone, your stop loss should be below the reaction level, right? So where's the reaction? The reaction level is from here to here. This was the last reaction. This was the last swing created by that reaction, right? This was the last swing created by that reaction. So my XL is below this, right? And if I'm to put my TP somewhere around here, the ideal place, this is a logical place to put your TP, right? In case anything happens in the market, because it's not guaranteed price will actually push higher than this after crossing this high. So after putting my TP, look at the risk reward I'm getting. This is not a reasonable risk reward, right? For me, I know this is not a reasonable risk reward, right? But this was also an high probability trade for me. But what I did was, instead of using that risk reward, that flip zone, I then put my entry here just in case, because there are situations whereby price will still push lower. Remember, the price is in between this range of this reaction, right? Anywhere it can start it can start moving in your direction after reacting in between this range of the reaction, right? So it's either it may be reacting from the top, or it may go deeper. So me putting my entry from that top will reduce my risk reward. That's why I put my entry at this level, right? At the deep level, so at the structural level. So that is what gave me my that's what caused my missed entry. I know some traders will take some trades and they see miss entry and just let it go by. So even if you get a miss entry, you can go back to the trade and see what you can learn from it. And I saw, even before I took the trade, although I knew, but I'm just showing this now for some traders who see miss entry. Sometimes something like this would have happened and you wouldn't learn anything from it or know anything from it. So I just want to share this, guys, and I hope this was an educational content for you all. Thank you.